Jean, your host with Jocks, Geeks, and Nerds, and we have a really fun bite-sized episode for you today. We are talking with Ben Schwartz, the owner of Empire Comics, and some very exciting news that is happening for him. Hey, Ben!
Hey there, how's it going this morning?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good. It's kind of fun doing something like a Zoom, interview instead of being at the studio.
Yeah, no, and thank you for having me on. This is great. This is always fun to connect this way, especially since we can't connect like we used to.
Right. But it's kind of fun. I feel like it's a very interesting change of pace.
Yes, no, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
So actually, speaking of a change of pace, there's something very exciting happening for you in Empire Comics. I hear you are nominated for quite the prestigious award, the Will Eisner Spirit of Comics Retailer Award.
We are, yes. I got the notification a while ago, and they told me that we'd been nominated. We don't know how we were nominated, but whoever, thank you very much. It's much appreciated. This is obviously the Eisners, which is the Academy Awards of comic books that happen every year at Comic-Con. And the Spirit of Comics it's just that. It's more than about just having a comic store, selling comic books. It's about connecting with the community, what you do for not just the Marvel and DC, but the independents, the small press. And that's been pretty much our main focus. So it's just such an honor to have somebody recognize that and nominate us for it. So it's really exciting. It really is.
Right. Well, and you guys actually, I'm trying to think, because I know you guys do so much when it comes to being more than just a comic book store, how you interact with the community, like the little mini conventions you have. You guys have like stand-up joke nights and like models and paint nights. Like, can you tell us a little bit about like how Empire Arts interacts with creatives and with the community?
Yeah, most definitely. So when we first opened, we were just the typical comic book store. I did whatever I had to survive. We sold games. We just did anything we could. But as time went by and I became a little more established, I realized what I enjoyed most about doing this was the actual Sacramento community. It was the people that are here, the artists that are here, the writers, just everybody involved. So we got away from all of the games, all of that kind of stuff. And what we've developed into is a lounge store. We've got 2 lounges in the shop. We've got an art gallery that changes monthly to showcase local artists. We have stand-up comedy nights that we do. We have live music in the shop sometimes. We do paint nights where you can learn to paint. There is live model drawing for artists. I mean, anything that we can do, we do. We've actually had wedding photos taken here. We've had a wedding performed in here. We've had Girl Scouts come down and create comics. You name it, we're open to it as long as it's something that benefits the community. So that is what we're passionate about. And people are also passionate about this because we, of course, do Free Comic Book Day, which is absolutely crazy. We take over the entire parking lot. We have 20 plus writers and artists. We have food trucks. We have live wrestling. There's face painters and balloon makers for kids. We do raffles for Shriners Hospital with cosplayers, the League for Hope. It's monumental. It's unbelievable. And I've got it down now where I just get to enjoy it and everybody else So I get to actually go out there, make sure things are working, in quotes, of course, and just enjoy the day. So yeah,
cool.
For the love of cinema, we did that. Was an amazing turnout. God, what a good event. We do Creative Women Mini Con. It's usually in September. We're actually planning something for this. What it is we celebrate women who do everything from sculpting, writing, painting, crafting, you name it. We bring them in here for a day just so they can meet people, sell their wares, and get to know each other. Now, that being said, we're not obviously able to do that this year, but we're in the works of putting something together online. So even though we can't bring them in to showcase them, we're going to do something much like what you're doing here and do like a round robin with a lot of the women who would come so that we can have people see where they're at online, what they're doing, and how they can still support them.
How cool. I was doing some research on the Will Eisner Award, and it does sound like, I didn't realize it was basically like, the Oscars or the Emmys, or like a Tony. Like, I did not realize the comic book world had an award that prestigious But I was looking at the requirements for getting the award, and it was talking about, yeah, being more than just a comic book shop, but about interacting with the community and promoting other creative people and, getting comic books, to people, and just overall, it just sounds like it's, just being, I don't want to simplify it, but it sounds like just overall just being a really rad, pillar in the community.
And it is an amazing honor, and it's something that we have not necessarily worked towards, but I didn't even realize that we were already doing everything that was necessary to be part of this award. I love the shop. I love comic books. I love this community, and I think that's what keeps me going every week. I mean, when I open the boxes on Tuesday to get receiving, and I'm not excited about comics anymore, it's time to quit. But it hasn't happened. We're going on 18 years, and I'm still just as excited to get in here every day, to do my job, to see who's going to come through the door. One of the things I absolutely love is recommendations. People who don't know what they want, I can find out a little bit about them. We've got a wall of comics behind us that there's something there for everybody. So it's just wonderful. And speaking of the community, the small press community in Sacramento is absolutely out of control. We have an entire wall over there dedicated just to local small press, which I take that back because I've changed it just a little bit recently. What I decided to do to encourage small press in general is I have started to look online and find people who aren't being distributed nationwide that I really like their books. And I'm bringing them into the shop too, because they have no other means of distribution. So small press is something I love. I actually have a small press publishing company that we do out of the shop. We've got, 22 issues out right now, ranging everything from superheroes to horror to science fiction to comedy. And so, yeah, it's just a passion project that happens to be my job.
What a great way to support independent creators.
Yeah, they put a lot of hard work into this. What a lot of people don't realize is even some of the people who get distributed nationwide, this is not their full-time job. And most definitely for the small press people, this is something that they go do their job. They come home and they put in hours of extra work on this. And there's so much that goes into a comic that people don't think about, because you've got the writers, the editors, the letters, the colorists. I mean, there's so many people involved. And to have somebody do this and not have it be their full-time job is just impressive to me.
That's awesome. Actually, and then it looks like we have a November cosplay coming up. I hate to try to talk about this and then whoop, but it seems like, yeah, tell us more about that.
So we usually do live model every last Wednesday of the month. And we bring in a live model. It's a local cosplayer, and they will model for a few hours. It's $10 at the door. Every bit of that goes to the model for their time, because there's another aspect that people don't quite understand. Those costumes take a lot of time and a lot of money to put together. And a lot of these costumes have multiple costumes. So I want to make sure that they get something back for it. And November Cosplay is our go-to. She is a wonderful lady. She has a ton of costumes. The people who come to draw her absolutely love her. She's great at the poses. So what we're doing now is, since we can't do it in store, we are actually on the last Wednesday going to be posting on our Facebook page random pictures of November, and then people will draw them and post and comment. And it's a way for the people who would normally be down here interacting, because they know each other now. A lot of them are regulars and they're missing each other. It gives them a chance to say hi, show their art, and just have a great time. We did one last month and it was a wonderful turnout. A ton of people posted. And what we also do for November, since she's donating those pictures, is we put a post up and actually for her, there's a link. You can donate if you'd like for her time, essentially. And then she's donating all of the money to the NAACP.
Wow.
So yeah, it's a really neat thing that she's doing, and we appreciate everything she does for us. So it's great to be able to do this.
That's cool. I love that, because it's like you're recognizing, creatives, especially during this time with, the pandemic, who might not be able to get the work that they normally get. So that's a cool thing to make sure that not only do they get the exposure, but they get paid in more than exposure,
Yes. It's a little bonus. You know, I have the space. I'm not doing anything, so I'd rather have them just go take a little something home for their time. Because again, these cosplayers. Most of them aren't doing it professionally. They're going to work and then they're coming here right after to do live model for us. So it's much
Oh, cool.
appreciated by all of our models who have done it.
Well, and that sounds like it's a really great resource for artists in the community, to practice and get better at drawing, like the different poses, it's cool. It's a really cool resource.
Yeah, and people, it's not even just drawing. We have had people who they'll do watercolors. Some people have done chalk. We have one gentleman who comes down and he sets up a canvas and he paints for the 15 minutes, throws it aside, puts up another canvas. He's quick. It's unbelievable.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, so it's a lot of fun. We've got all this space. I love filling it because there's just an energy that fills the store that is so much fun to be part of, and it makes my day fun too because it's not just the same old same old. I get to try
Right.
new things and see new people, of course.
Right. And it sounds like you're adapting pretty well to the quarantine. You're still able to engage with your audience and to engage with the community and to still provide basically a sense of normalcy for them.
Yeah, and we quickly changed over. One of the core things, of course, that we wanted to do is make sure that books could still get into people's hands. We were all stuck at home. I was closed for over 2 months, and so we quickly shipped to mailing to make sure people could get everything they wanted. But then we also immediately, once I had a moment, turned to bringing the community back. We've actually even hosted Netflix parties to get people on, watching a couple episodes, just interacting. Again, there's a lot of people down here who have met a lot of people because of the shop and they're not seeing them as much. So this is a great opportunity to make sure that we're still connected, that things seem like they're still going on.
Right.
And then, we'll keep this up until we can open the doors to our normal activities.
Right, right. And it's interesting because, yeah, how you were talking about getting that community and getting them to still kind of see each other and just, I know the pandemic is really affecting people because a lot of stuff got canceled. So I think it's really great that you're evolving with the times and you're adjusting to still have these community oriented events. It's like with Comic-Con. You're nominated for this award and you can't even go to Comic-Con. Like it's canceled, but I mean, because, they are offering a Comic-Con from home, which is cool.
Yes, no, they're going to be doing a ton of events. They're going to be doing all kinds of stuff for Comic-Con next week, which is going to be great. I'm going to tune in myself and watch it. And I mean, it was great when the Quarantine was. We had a couple of those. That was a lot of fun. That really helped. We streamed those in here. It was streamed just for me, but we streamed them in here. So no, all of these things are helping us adapt, helping us maintain a little bit of sanity while we're stuck at home and still connect with everybody, which is beautiful. Because as you know, the Sacramento community is amazingly connected, and it is filled with so many geeks, and they're missing it.
Right, right. Well, I do know there is something really interesting with the Comic-Con from home, making it virtual. As I understand it, you can make your own passes, like attending passes. And I think producer Bex might have a few of those passes for us. Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
Oh my goodness, she has special ones for you.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I didn't even realize they allowed pets. I'll bring them. One of the things I want to do with Dylan, Captain Dylan Hunt, is actually named after Kevin Sorbo's character on Andromeda. I need to sneak her into a con so I can get a picture with him and her, and so I can post it in the shop. But, she's tiny. I could probably fit her in a bag. It should be.
She's a little pug, right?
Yeah, they're two little pugs that roam the shop with me. Yes.
Something I friends, if you go onto Empire Comics, the website, I love how you have pictures of your little pug.
I get a lot of people who come down just for them. I've had people who have posted on Twitter. I'll see it afterwards. They'll be in the shop and I'll hear, a ding or something, and they'll tag me and they'll be like, so disappointed. No pugs at the Empire's Comics today. And I'll be like, I'm right here. I don't want to talk to me, but no, they're They're absolutely fantastic. They roam the shop. I don't have to worry about them ever leaving. They don't want to be out there. They want to be in here. They're wonderful little pugs, and they're amazingly spoiled.
They're a good boy and good girl.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
So speaking of pugs, because you love them so much, our producer Bex actually is going to host a cute little mini game we're going to play with you.
All right, let's see how this goes.
And it is called Name That Pug!
All right, okay.
Shall we play the game? So as I understand it, Bex is going to show you some pictures of pugs, and you and I are going to compete against each other, and we are going to try to name that pug.
Okay, I got it.
Let's do it, Bex. Is that Milo and Otis?
Oh my God, you're gonna beat me at this. Yep, there we go. All right. I got this.
I know that from my youth.
Rolly.
Maybe.
Dang it.
Oh, we share the same name.
All right. Frank.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. I got one. We're even.
Hey!
We are tied. Roly poly. Dang it.
I know the movies. I don't know the names.
There are a lot of pugs out there.
Frostbite.
I'm just gonna keep saying that.
Ozzy. That's exactly what I said.
Oh, so you win. Now you need to get a pug.
I love a pug so much. Those squishy faces.
I have had dogs my entire life, and I have never been this, I won't say obsessed, I'll say passionate about them. They're just fantastic. I can't recommend them enough.
Aww. I want like a pug and a corgi. I think they could play.
No, that's perfect. You got to have two. You can't just have one.
Right. Awesome. And let me just check just to make sure we're running on time and we're doing really awesome. Yes, we are. Cool. Well, Ben, thank you so much for joining us. It's been really exciting to catch up with you.
Yes, thank you very much for having me down. Our doors are still open currently, but we are offering mailing and curbside because we understand the situation out there. So anybody who needs anything, please let us know. We are very accommodating, and we will take care of you in any way you need. So yes, thank you guys for having me on. And again, super excited about the Eisners. Make sure you guys pay attention next Friday to see what happens.
Yes. Now, real quick, just to do another piece for that. Do we know when that's going to be revealed next Friday?
I don't know the exact time on that, unfortunately. But okay. I'll be paying attention all day to pretty much everything they're doing, just to, because we're missing out on Comic-Con. Well, no, we're not missing out. We're not. No, that's a bad attitude. I will be paying attention so I can be part of Comic-Con next week. So I'll know when you guys do.
Yes, and friends, jocks, geeks, and nerds, if you want to, go to the San Diego Comic-Con website. That way you can make your own really cool pass like how we have up here. You can also check out the schedule. You could kind of even make your own schedule. Like if you are familiar with Comic-Cons and how they have panels and other really fun activities for people, you can check that out on the website. And make sure you stay tuned. We would definitely provide an update if Empire Comics is the winner.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah. Well, friends, thank you for tuning in. I hope you're staying safe. I hope you're staying happy and healthy. And remember, don't just watch, play with us too.